Hello and welcome to Crimson Series. This is a general reading for all zodiac signs for the coming weekend as well as for the coming week. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's go ahead and start the reading. Okay, we have 4 sections in this reading. We're going to start obviously with love as always, followed by career, health, and then finally finance. Section. Let's go ahead with the reading. We have 3 cards here. The first one is the Ten of Swords, followed by Page of Swords, and finally the Two of Pentacles. The first card in the love reading is Ten of Swords. And Ten of Swords is about painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, crisis, failure, collapse, and defeat. So this may be, a feeling, there may be a feeling of sadness, sorrow. There may also be a feeling of looking back into the past, wondering what went wrong, why the things that happened, and it may leave you a little sorrowful, sad, depressed, and you may be thinking about your past relationships, or even not just your love relationships. There is a possibility that you're thinking about all the bad things that happened in your past. Sometimes people go back to as far as their childhood to think about what happened. The people generally tend to hold on to negative memories more than the good memories. So somewhere something left a scar, a statement, a comment, something that would have hurt your feelings. So Ten of Swords is an indication that you're holding on to those kind of sadness. You may have some bad memories with regards to some old relationships. Now, the best way to move ahead is to go through the pain. I mean, there is no point in saying that, bad things happened, so I'll have to leave it and go ahead. No, go through the pain. If you feel to have a good cry, go ahead and do that. If you feel like you need to rethink about all your past decisions, do that. But at the end of it, you should be able to come out of it and say, okay, I went through that, had that experience, but I'm fine now and I'm ready to move ahead. And if you're not ready to move ahead, no problem. Take your time, heal yourself, because only you know when it is time to move on. So the Ten of Swords, sometimes the Ten of Swords can also mean, it's all up in your head, where you're only thinking about negativity and you're only thinking about the bad things. You may be thinking there's nobody out there for me. You're not the only one. There are hundreds of people, thousands of people, millions of people out there who might be thinking they have not found the right person. They might be even thinking that maybe there is no one there for them. Maybe the universe forgot to, give them a soulmate or someone who would complete them. But at the end of the day, nobody can love you more than yourself. Nobody will know you better than you. So, first thing you need to do is focus on yourself, self love, heal yourself, go back to your memories, heal each memory, look through those memories as to why you're holding on to them, and let go. Forgive if you have to, but if you want to hold on to resentment, you can do that as well, but eventually you will have to let go of it if you need to heal yourself and move to your higher self. So that's the Ten of Swords for you. Next, we have the Page of Swords. Now, Page of Swords, people usually sometimes take it as a negative way. I usually see it as a positive card. It usually means that, you're doing some kind of research or you're investigating, you're working on some kind of ideas. You have this quest or thirst for knowledge or research, and you're finding new ways of communicating, and it also gives you a little bit of restlessness, mental energy. But usually when you get this card, especially when if it comes to a love reading, what I have noticed is that you have somebody snooping around. So if you have someone that you're interested in, and if you're looking at their social media pages, or you're trying to gather more information about them, that is when this card shows up. Or you may have somebody who may be interested in you, may not be ready to come out and approach you directly, so they may be investigating, snooping around, trying to find out what do you like, or trying to get to know you better through your social media posts, so trying to find out what kind of a person you are, whether you're still available, not available, what is your family like, if you do post about families, what are the kind of pets you like, do you like to travel. So these kind of things are the ones which are indicated usually by the Page of Swords. You may have somebody who's interested in you, who's looking into your accounts, or you may be doing this towards someone, you're just gathering up information. Maybe you like them and you would like to get to know them better. So that is what is indicated by the Page of Swords. Now, the advice here for this Page of Swords is there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong in getting to know people about it. I really don't take, getting on the internet trying to gather information as a bad thing. As long as you don't use that information to cause harm or hurt people, it should be fine. So if you're trying to get to know somebody, then no issues. And if somebody is trying to get to know you, I think this would be the perfect time for you to get on your social media, whichever platform that you're comfortable in, and post something about yourself, positive, be happy, some happy posts, whatever it is that you want to post. Go ahead and do that. And eventually, maybe the person would be confident enough to come out in the open and approach you. And maybe eventually you may also have enough information to make a judgment and, to make a decision and approach the person that you like. That is the Page of Swords for you. The third card in the love reading is the Two of Pentacles. And as you can see from the image, it's all about balancing. So it's about having more than one priority. You have multiple priorities. You're trying to juggle them. You're trying to hold on to them, making sure you're not going to topple and fall over. At the same time, you need to balance it out. You can't focus on just one priority. You need to focus on the others as well. Right now, as a part of love reading, Two of Pentacles might indicate multiple suitors or multiple love interests. So there is a chance that you have somebody interested in you that you may not be aware of, and there may be somebody from your past who may be still interested in you. This might be an ex, or this might be a friend that you know, or somebody who has known you in the past that could still be interested in you. And you also have a new love interest who is currently focused on you. So you may be aware, you may not be aware, but there are more than one suitor at the moment who are probably interested in you. Or if you are interested in multiple, and if you're aware about, the multiple choices who may be interested in you, but you're not able to make a decision, you have to understand one thing: the heart will want what the heart wants, and the mind will always tell you what is right and what is not. A lot of people choose to follow their minds so that they make the right decision, and then you have those people who will follow their heart at any point of time. It's up to you to match, balance both your heart and mind, and make up a decision that is the right one for you. So eventually, deep inside, in your soul, in your spirit, you will know which is the correct and the right choice for you. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to make a decision immediately. It's okay if you have multiple choices. You have every right to have multiple choices. You can evaluate them. You can check them. You can take your time and make your decision when you're ready to do that. That's your Two of Pentacles. Now, this is your love reading. Let's move on to the next reading. Welcome to section 2, career. Now, usually in career reading, it would be good to see, something about Three of Pentacles, or, more about Pentacles, where you get to make money and you see different kind of options. But here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I'm sorry, the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups right next to the Queen of Cups, and we have the World card. It's a major arcana. Now, the Queen of Cups, that the cool, composed, calm, psychic, the lady who's dressed in refinery. She's always forever smiling. She's always calm, composed. Now, this would have made a very good love reading, but since this is in as part of your career reading, this might be indicating your current state of mind, where you feel calm, composed. Nothing is hassling you. You're not bothered by what might be happening around you. You're just focused on yourself. You're just focused on your work. You're doing what you need to do, getting things done. And you just, and the way the lady, if you look carefully at the picture, the card, you can see the lady is focused only on the cup. So her all her focus is on that cup. So she has a mission in mind. She knows what she's doing. She's just focused on what she needs to do to get the things done. She's calm, she's composed, she's not letting anything around her affect her. So by this card might be indicating time or a phase where you need to just be focused on the job at hand. So, whatever it is that you're doing, you need to put all your focus on that, all your energies on that, and make sure you do your best in whatever you're doing. Ignore what is happening around you, because sometimes you may get dragged into things you do not want to be involved in, you don't want to be associated with. Sometimes you just want to be left alone. And the best way to do that is to just focus on the job at hand, focus on yourself, focus on doing your best in whatever it is that you're doing. This is a lovely card to have, whether it is in a love reading or a career, finance, everywhere. I find this card very soothing, very calm. These are those kind of people, who are always forever smiling. They always have that refinery. Nothing phases them. They're cool, they're calm, they're composed all the time. It kind of gives you an air of refinery. That's what comes to my mind when I see this card. So this card might be stating that you need to embrace that. If you feel a little brashy, or if you feel you're getting dragged into things that you don't want to get dragged in, just focus. Just like the way she's looking at that cup, she can only see that cup. There are things around. If you can see that throne she is on, if you can see those little figurines on the top of the throne, it's like they're looking at her. They focus on her, but all she can do is she's just looking at the cup. That's all she's doing. She's just looking at that cup. She's not bothered about anything else. So that's maybe what you need to focus on right now, on yourself and on the job at hand. And make sure you get things done as per, whatever it needs to be done. And I also have the feeling that maybe, just maybe, you'll have to recheck whatever you do, in case if you need to hand over something, just make sure you check everything before you hand over. Just be focused on the details, because like they say, the devil is in the details. So make sure you have everything right, everything in place, and just be focused. And that's what this card indicates right now. Moving on to the next card, again, a very, very lovely Mr. King of Cups. Now, this is one of those, good looking, handsome, CEO type of energy. So he looks very calm, he's composed, but he's not looking at the cup. He's looking at, a way far ahead. So he seems very balanced. He knows what he's doing. So since this is related to career, this might be a boss or somebody who's in charge, somebody you may be working with, who's more focused on the bigger picture. If you can see, he has a cup in one hand, he has a staff in his other hand, but he's not looking down, he's not looking anywhere, he's looking straight ahead. So it's almost like as if he has a goal ahead. He's looking at the bigger picture. He is not focusing on what's happening right around him, right in his hands. He's focused way, way far ahead. So there might be a senior, a superior, a boss, or somebody who's in charge, who's working probably on a project or something, where they focused on the bigger picture, getting things done. They're looking at the results. They're looking at what might be the outcome of what they're working on right now. Again, a very calm, a very balanced, and a very diplomatic kind of person. A very, I would say, a good leader. I mean, it's obviously a king, so he has to be a good leader. But since cups are involved, this is somebody who will not probably lose his temper, or get angry and shout or yell if you don't get things right. He seems very calm, composed, because he has a goal in his mind. He can see where he needs to be. He can see what needs to be done. So he's not focused on the small nitty gritty, and micromanaging things that's happening around him. He's more focused on the end result. He's more focused on the bigger things. So he's looking way, way ahead. And considering this is the King of Cups, it's good to have in a career, because this means that you have somebody who's calm, who's composed, who is not going to lose their temperament, or lose control that easily. So it's a very, very good card to have in your career reading. It's an amazing card to have in your love reading, but in a career setup as well, this is a very good boss or a leader that you could be working with, or working under, and a good influence to have. Considering this is right next to the King of Cups, this is a good combination to have in a career, because it might be a good team where you are playing as a team player, and you're working in a team that's calm, composed, settled, very stabilized, and you guys are focused more on achieving the result that you need to achieve. Good luck with that. So hope you guys do well there. And then next in the career reading is the World card. The World card can indicate the web as well. So there may be, if you're working on something that is online, you may be working on something, you might be on social media, or you may be connecting with somebody from other parts of the world. The World card usually means you're well connected. Okay, and that's a big possibility when you're on the internet, when you're on the World Wide Web. You are connecting with people with all across the world, and you can see, it's more of completion. It's connecting. What people usually see, it's a completion. You're moving on from something, but for me, I see it as a ongoing process, a cyclic process. If you see that wreath around the lady, it's tied up with knots, with that red scarf tied up the wreath. It's and she's encased in that. She is free, she's not bothered, she's inside a world. So what I usually see in this card is, you might be on the web, you might be on the internet, but you're also safely encased. That is, you're not really easily available to everybody. You can see those. If you look at the card carefully, you have that on the four different sides, you can see that bull, you can see the lion, you can see the man. So you have all these things surrounded, but she seems to be encased within that wreath, happily in a world free of thoughts, free of any kind of hassles. She's not bothered about who's outside the wreath, who's trying to get in. She's in her own world. She's doing her own thing, and she is free of inhibition. So nothing there that is stopping her from being herself. So this is a possibility of you. It can also indicate somebody who has their account in private, where people are looking in, trying to become a follower, and very curious to know what you're up to, what is it that you're doing under your social media, in case if your account is in private or protected. So they're curious, but you're not bothered. You're just doing what you're doing, that you're good at doing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that it is protected or private. You could be lost in your own world, even though there are people looking at you. You're just being yourself. So this card is a very nice card, a lovely card, but it can also indicate, like most people say, completion. It might also mean that you've achieved a certain level of ending, or you've come to a state of completion. You need to move on to the next phase or the next stage. You're there. This is the ultimate completion, the end of whatever you started. It's you need to have a new beginning, probably on the same way, with a new thinking, a new mindset, a new way of doing things, or an entirely different or a new thing as well. But this is a very lovely card to have. Again, career seems to be very, very good. You have the Queen of Cups, you have the King of Cups, and you have the World card. So this is an amazing combination to have in your career. add to this pentacles, and if you have any other cards, you would be doing great. So not that you need those, but this is a very good reading to have in your career. Welcome to section 3, health. Now we have 3 cards here. That is the devil card. We also have the hanged man, followed by justice. So let's go ahead and start with Mr. Devil, the big man from down under. Now, whenever you have the devil in your reading, it simply indicates, especially when it comes to a health reading, that you have some kind of an addiction or an obsession. It may not be completely severe, it may be severe, but again, it may not be, to an extreme level. You might be addicted to having a certain type of juice, or you're addicted to, popping candy every now and then unknowingly. It might give you diabetes, but you're not bothered because you love the candy so much. Or you're smoking, you don't realize how much you're smoking. You know you're smoking, you know it's bad for your health, but you're still doing it. Or you enjoy that, having a drink a little too much, and you end up having a little more than you intended to have, which is having kind of a bad effect on your health. So the devil card usually indicates some kind of addiction and obsession. So you definitely need to take a good look at your lifestyle. What is it that you do? I mean, are you having your breakfast on time? Are you having your lunch on time? What about your dinner? Are you just grabbing things, as you move, towards work? Are you able to take your breaks on time? Or are you saying, okay, no, it's okay, let me finish this and then have my lunch? Or, okay, I'm too tired to have proper dinner, let me just grab a snack. So is that what you're doing? Are you so focused and busy, that you're not focused on the most important thing, which is your health? So the devil card could indicate that you have certain habits, the lifestyle that you need to have a good hard look at. I know it's difficult, especially for those who are, working hard. I'm not just saying that for people who are, go out to office and work. So this is also for the wonderful people who stay at home, take care of families, make sure everything is there. Those who nurture their loved ones as well. So you're so focused on taking care of other people, you tend to forget what is needed for you. You're running around, you're preparing things, you're doing things for others, and you tend to forget that you need that love and care as well. So it might be a time take a good hard look at yourself, your habits. So you can start with small things like making a proper timetable. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you stop to have your breakfast, you stop to have your lunch, you stop to have your dinner at a certain time. And also people tend to not pay so much of attention to their timings. When you consume food, there is a reason why you are you feel hungry, or you consume food at a certain point of time. It's how your body is equipped to handle energies within your body. So if you're having lunch at 5 o'clock in the evening, it's not lunch, it's not dinner, it's going to be an early dinner, a supper, which you do not want to, have on a daily basis, because it's going to affect your health adversely. So you need to rethink, and you also need to look at, your addictions. I'm going to say addictions. Yes, it may be a small thing. You may like to have, carry candy. For those who you have, have low blood sugar, you always carry those candy in your pocket. People with BP, they make sure, high blood pressure, that is, they make sure, they carry certain kind of foods with them. And people usually tend to have, but then sometimes what happens is you tend to overindulge and not realize that you're overindulging. And then there are people who don't really need to carry those things, but they, like chewing gum, for example. You're so habitually chewing gum, you tend to not realize that it has adverse effects. So yes, it exercises your jaw, has its positive effect, but it also leaves your mouth dry. Do you feel more thirsty than you usually do? You tend to drink a lot more water when you're chewing gum. It's not a bad habit, and does not give a cool look. At least that's how I feel. And these are small small things. So my point is that you need to take a good look at yourself, the kind of habits that you have. Focus on the things that it's not needed, that you might be doing excessively. I know that it's difficult to, go cold turkey on a lot of things. It's difficult to cut off something, immediately, but you need to focus. And one thing that usually leads to addiction is the availability. So you may have enablers around you. You may have people who are buying you stuff just because you like cake. You have people around you. Okay, this is your favorite food. Let me buy you some more. So which is a good thing, which is nice to have when people are caring about you. But when it's exceeding a certain limit, when it becomes too much, you need to stop and think, and you can say no. This is not something that I need to consume at levels that I'm consuming right now. Like if you need to, if you're addicted to, let's say, chocolates, and you're always ensuring it's in stock. The one thing that most people who have these kind of addictions is to ensure that the product that they're using is always in stock. Like if you're running out of cigarettes, you will see the person go and get a new pack. If you have people who are addicted to chocolates, they'll make sure their fridge has enough number of chocolates, stored. So candy, make sure it is available. And if you were, if you're drinking, and as those days approach or the evening approaches, you're making sure you have that, that drink available. You don't want to run out of, your favorite thing that you want to indulge in. So that's where you need to focus a bit, cut down on the quantity. Like if you're going to buy four chocolates, make it just two. If you're going to buy a pack of cigarette, make it just half a pack of cigarettes. If you're going to smoke one cigarette in 3 hours, one cigarette an hour, make it one cigarette in 2 or 3 hours. So you just reduce the consumption to ensure, you slowly gradually reduce it. Now again, I might say things as much as I want, but at the end of the day, it's you who needs to take that decision. If you are able to focus on yourself and realize where it is that, you're forming that kind of ill habits, where you're following a lifestyle that is bad for you, it's up to you to change those things. And you don't have to do a drastic change where, you wake up one day and say, okay, I'm getting rid of all this. You can do that, but still at the same time it's hard for some people. So you start off small, you get rid of smaller things, you do one thing at a time. Eventually when you look back, you'll be glad that you tried that out. So the devil card is a good indication that this is what it is. And right next to the devil card is the hanged man. Now hanged man, as you know, is all about sacrifice. So considering it's about health, it's a health reading. Again, sacrificing the things that are not good for you, not good for your health, not good for your body, not good for you emotionally, not good for you mentally. Because see, when it comes to health, it's not just about your physical health, it's also about your emotional health, it's also about your mental health. Are you worrying about things that you shouldn't be worrying about? Are you, going to bed, thinking, what am I going to do this, or how am I going to do that, how am I going to work on this? You don't have to do that all the time. Your bedtime is for sleeping. So when you go to bed, you don't have to worry about all those things. So the sacrifice, or the hanged man, for me, when I look at hanged man, the first thing that pops into my head is sacrifice. I don't know why, but that's what came up to me when I looked at this particular card. It's all about sacrifice. It's basically surrendering yourself to the, higher spirit, letting the universe decide what needs to be done or not get done in your life, the path that you need to take. If you're just, tied up and not and don't know where to go, what to do, take a break. You just need to leave it to the universe. You leave it to the, your fates, your destiny. You will go where you're meant to go. So basically, this is a time of reflection, you taking a break, looking at yourself, and you need to let go. It's all about letting go. And considering you have Mr. Devil right next to the hanged man, it's an indication that it's time for you to let go of those addictions, those bad habits, the bad lifestyle, that which you already know it's bad for you. It's time for you to let go of those things. So the hanged man, in combination with the devil card in health, is actually asking you to take a good hard look at the habits that you're going through right now, your lifestyle, and make those changes. It's for your own good. See, look, nobody else is going to take care of you better than you. Only you know what's going on in your body. You may not know exactly what's happening all throughout your body inside, but you know when your the tummy rumbles. You know when your eyes are tired. You know when your hands are giving up. You know when your legs are aching. It's a time to relax, and also it's a time to give gratitude to your body, your mind, your soul. Look at it, take a break and tell your heart, thank you for beating as much as you beat. Thank you for pumping that blood all over my body that keeps me going. Say thank you, brain, for letting me think, for letting me do what I'm doing in my life. And be thankful to your eyes and say, I'm so sorry that I keep you tired so much. I keep looking at the TV, I keep staring at that laptop. Let me give you a break. Take a break of 15 minutes. Cool that hands and legs of yours. Get a massage. Let your fingers relax. Thank your hair as well. Thank those hair that have not fallen off yet. I mean, if you're not bald already, that is not that it's a good thing, that it's a bad thing. It's all good. Everyone who looks the way they do are meant to look the way they do, and they're all lovely. So thank every part of your body. Thank everything: your heart, your soul, your liver, your lungs, your nose, your ears, your tongue, for helping you digest, tasting your favorite food. There's a lot of things that you can focus on. And your mental health, I don't know, do a puzzle, or don't do anything at all. You can relax. For your emotional well-being, take a nice walk, a hot bath, connect with a pet if you have, just connect with an old friend you have. Anything that makes you happier, feel good about yourself, feel a little better about, because everybody deserves a break. I mean, come on, everybody is working hard, everybody is trying to make money, everybody is trying to get ahead in life. At the same time, have a fulfilling, happy life, happy family, making sure there's food on the plates for everyone at home, your loved ones. You don't want to get into fights, you don't want to get into arguments, you just want to be happy. You just want to have that love, the life that you want. And it's not always that easy to have. You keep wishing for it. Sometimes the smallest thing, like somebody saying, hi, how are you? Have you had your lunch? Or somebody just, giving you a hug or a smile when you're tired and you're just lost. And somebody just handing over the remote to you and saying, okay, well, let's watch your favorite show. Or let's just relax here and have a cup of ice cream, or your favorite candy, as long as it's not an addiction. But, those are the small things that bring happiness. So sometimes we expect others to do that for us, but you can also be that person who does that for your loved ones, those around you. And remember, if you're one of those people who loves to take care of everyone around you, remember, if you're not doing well, the people that you're taking care of now are the ones who will have to take care of you, and that's going to make you feel very guilty and very bad. So don't give them that chance. I mean, let them do good things for you, but still take care of yourself so that you are in your prime, or you're doing great, so that you're able to take care of them. So again, take a good hard look at your lifestyle, the things that you're doing, and just be happy. Make those small changes. You don't have to do major drastic changes. Small things will do. So that's the hangman for you. And last but not least, in this we have justice. Now again, this is justice card in health usually means, you know look at that insurance if you have, you don't have, or you're putting off, or you're planning on canceling. So it's more about legal documents, about legalities. So I, considering it's all about health, look at those insurance, or maybe you should go out and get a new insurance, or tie up for health plans, or look at those gym memberships. There's so many at the end of the day, it's about doing justice with yourself, justice for your health, justice for yourself. Be good to yourself, be nice to yourself. It's all about fairness. It's about finding a balance. Be doing the right thing for yourself, so that you're okay, you're right. So the justice card and upright usually means that you need to be fair with yourself. So be fair to yourself, fair to your body, because we always believe it's my body, it's our body, so we get to do what. And no, you need to be thankful for, being able to wake up every morning, being able to, walk, right, to do things, because there are people out there who you can't see, who can't hear, who can't talk. There's so many things that people we take for granted that a lot of people would see as a, as a boon. So be nice to yourself, be fair to yourself. Again, take a good hard look at your health, and also look at those insurance and, other things. Maybe get an, top up, or whatever you think. Go get a physical check, get a thorough checkup with your doctor. Make sure you do it at regular intervals. Make sure you get your family, your loved ones also to go ahead and, get those checkups done, so that you're aware as to what is going on with you, and you're prepared, well prepared, for those days when things may not be as good as they are right now. So that is justice for you and the health reading. Let's move on to the next section. Hello and welcome to section 4. This is finance, and we're starting out with a very lovely card, Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Empress, and finally the Four of Swords. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, as you can see, anybody can tell you that this is one of the bigger and better cards to get. Wheel of Fortune indicates that your, luck is changing for the better. Good things are coming. Everyone goes through good phases and bad phases. Wheel of Fortune indicates that your good phase has just started. So if you may feeling low or out of luck, or, facing bad luck, this is an indication that your luck is going to change and good things are going to happen. So it's Wheel of Fortune basically means more of fate. It's something beyond our control. It depends on each individual's karma, what is meant to happen in their life. And Wheel of Fortune is always a good indication that you're going to get some good karma for doing some good things. It's basically a good time ahead. And a lot of people are very happy to get this in their readings. And again, if you look at the card, you have the different things all around happening. You have a snake as well. It's around, and the wheel never stops. It keeps going on and on and on. Today you may be up, the next day you'll come down, and you'll go back again. So it's basically telling you that nothing is going to be permanent. There is good, there is bad, there are good times, there are bad times. Things happen, but they'll keep moving. That is something you cannot change. That change itself will happen when it needs to happen. So this is a lovely card to have, a very good indicator, especially when it is a part of a finance reading. This is a very good card to have. It indicates very good finance flow of wealth. Immense wealth is going to come into your life. So good luck. The second card we have right after the Wheel of Fortune is the Empress card. Now, the Empress is the ultimate queen. She's the Empress. She's the queen of all queens. And the Empress is abundant. She's always known as someone who's pregnant. Now, when you say pregnant, it doesn't necessarily mean you physically, pregnant and going to have a baby. It can also means that, you're pregnant with ideas. You're bustling with energy. There's so many things that's going on in your head. And this card indicates that whatever you touch will be a success. Now, the Empress also holds a lot of power. So she's somebody who will not do things that even, the queens might do. So she's the ultimate in power. She's also the ultimate in knowing what she, needs to do, not do. She is someone, when it comes to general cases, she will never go after somebody. She will never chase after somebody when it comes to a love reading. So again, she's very like the Emperor, a little rigid, because she knows her position. She knows her what things that she the power she holds in her hand. So she's not going to do things that that's beneath her role or beneath a level. So she's not going to be bothered about things that somebody might do to purposely affect her. And she's unbothered. She's obviously the Empress, so she's not going to be easily moved as well. So, and pregnant with ideas, abundant, a lot of ideas. Anything she touches, will grow, will be abundant. Anything she does will be positive. And she's someone who holds a lot of power. In when it comes to finance, this means you are doing something that is going to give you a lot of wealth, a lot of money might be coming your way. And what you're doing, and you're on the right path, because usually the empress means, you're there, you're almost there, you're ready, and you've already reached that pinnacle, the point where you need to be. And beyond this is, it's only good things that are going to happen. Empress also involves maturity, a lot of mature decisions that you will be taking with regards to your finance, your business. And the empress means you're very unlikely to make mistakes. So she's an empress. She knows where she is, she knows what she's doing, and she's pretty intuitive as well, because obviously she's a combination of all the four queens. So she knows the value of money, she knows how what needs to be done. Like the Queen of Pentacles, she is intuitive and emotional, and composed. Like the Queen of Cups and like the Queen of Swords, she's smart, she's knowledgeable. And of course, like the King of Pentacles, like again money. So all the four queens put together, the swords, the cups, the pentacles, all of them put together, she knows what she is. And she's the ultimate when it comes to femininity as well. And this is a sheer card of accomplishment. There is no gender based on the card. So you might be a masculine energy or a feminine energy. It depends on how you are at that particular moment. It doesn't mean you're a man or a woman. It's just what kind of energy you are at that point of time. And this is a very good card to have in your finance reading. It means you're going to do very, very well. And it's right next to the Wheel of Fortune, which means it's anything you touch will turn to gold. And a lot of good things are going to happen. But be careful, whatever decisions you make, whatever you invest in, any action that you do, like everything else, it will have its pros and cons. It will have its it needs to be evaluated. Basically, do whatever you need to do after you do your proper research. Make sure you have all the information in place, and then go ahead with whatever you're doing. And finally, the last card that we have in finance is the Four of Swords. And Four of Swords, comes after Three of Swords. After that difficult phase where you've heard or been through pain, grief, uh, you know, something that's difficult for anybody. And you now cross that. You're finally healing. You're resting. You're done. I mean, you're completely rested. That Three of Swords, the pain that it put you through, it just dragged you down, and now you're just recovering from it. You're just resting, and you need that break. You need that time away from things. And when it comes to finances, this card indicates that you're finally healing. Bad investments. Maybe you lent money to somebody, you didn't get it back. Maybe somebody tried to scam you, or maybe somebody played on your emotions, and you got manipulated into investing money into things that you generally wouldn't invest in. So it's you're healing from all that. You're basically moving away from all those things. You're healing, you're recuperating, you're doing it to heal yourself from whatever decisions you have made. Since this is regarding finance, your money, your finance, so whatever decision that was made, whatever pain that you went through, the bad things that you went through, it's finally over. You're going to recover from that. So you're going to recover your investments. You're going to recover from any of those bad decisions that you have made, and any mistakes that you may have made. Combined with the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune, it is a good indication that your finances will be okay. You will be okay. Your finances will be okay. It's not just about the people who don't have money or constantly need to worry. It's also for those people who are rich and you have a lot of money you've invested. Maybe your money is tied up elsewhere, and maybe you have too many investments. You're worried, you're wondering what's going to happen. It's a time to heal. You're finally going to be out of that phase. So this is a very good reading, and it indicates some very good, fortunate, happy things coming your way. So relax, and let's hope all of us, anybody out there does well in their life, whether it be finance, your love, your career, your health. Everything moves ahead positively. So I didn't intend this video to be as long as it turned out to be. So I hopefully, maybe from in future videos, I will try to make it a little less lengthier, a shorter version maybe. So thank you for your time, and sitting through and watching whichever section you preferred. If you'd like to leave a like, or you would like to subscribe the channel, you can go ahead and do that. We will be posting a few more videos with regards to singles and relationships and couples readings. We will do that very soon, and once it's if you're going to subscribe, make sure you have that notification also enabled, so that you get to know when our videos are uploaded. So you guys have a wonderful weekend, as well as a great week ahead. Until we catch up through our next video, you guys take care of yourself. Goodbye.